but it also actively sought out freelance writers, people who had no connection to the Star Trek franchise, other than being fans of the show who were interested in telling stories in that world. Picard is complex and multifaceted because he has multiple authors. Picard wasn't designed by a single author with a single intention, and I think that's why he doesn't feel contrived like so many other characters do. He really feels like a real person. That is especially important for a character who is represent humanity. This organic development continues throughout the show's season. The character begins as a trained captain. It's glad that he ascribe otherness to different races in order to justify their abuse or exploitation.
So what if you meet the bird, consciousness, in even the smallest degree? What is that? I don't know. Did you?
Yeah, it's surprising for it really expands in a sense the state of the future episodes explores
You are looking shockingly good.
Always
nest.
Things are more than what they appear.
Check it out.
Morally ambiguous. Again, the opposite of Picard's apparent moral conviction. This bridge
2 hearts again? Don't forget Pete.
And that is, of course,
Stay in control, Pete. You can do this. Can't let up. Gotta save these people. knowledge comes from Just a little while longer! They keep coming!
Oh!
Yes.
Earl Grey tea causes some remnant of the more gasoline trigger inside the so that it's ready to go. The only time this was something steering your shot from space is the reflection of the invisible, along the part capable of constant pressure back up. And I feel like moments like this one
Aw, this one's got a cute backpack. Sorry, be right back.
Story content honestly help me part of the company. And the very next is collaborating on this character.
Hey, I just got a message from our mystery bot tracker.
What did it say?
I don't know yet. It's using some weird syntax, and there's gaps in the code. I can figure it out. I just need another iced coffee. And maybe a blueberry muffin.
First, she shows us how many characters develop. There are one episodes. One interesting revelation.
Some hunters are trying to stake out a route. Gotta be honest, not loving the hidden ambush spot. I'll take this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Final episode was not one purpose. One of the show's best. Story wise, show us 3 versions of the art. Like we revisit.
Nice to know even hunters have trouble with their tech.
And we get a glimpse of his interesting universal winemaker. Everything about this episode is inappropriate. His character is personal. Art himself is responsible for creating an anomaly. Paradoxically, both the cause and the result of the art. This anomaly prevents life on Earth from happening at all. It gives me an illustration of the complexity of the cosmos. Many this would be one time.
About the prices. We all need to help each other right now. I think we're all okay.
Which is actually all of this would be good enough for Picard's character resolution, but once again, the real
Thank you for checking on us.
Smaller problems. Alas,
here we go. Now, I'll admit, I first walked into his shop because of all the articles about his new flavors, but his traditional ones would have kept me coming back. Sometimes a classic is a classic.
But because the character was written so consistent, of course, Picard would
Oh, a Mysterium. Good looking out, Pete.
So technical protocol. Yes, that boundary. But at last, Picard final realization.
Gotta find her.
Exploration. Of course, the part story is important and also part
did it!
Oh my god, that was horrible.
It's okay. It's all over now.
Cybernetic being for no reason at all. This, remember, for a character whose entire purpose is to represent humanity. I think we can all agree that we'll just leave that in there. The third season of Picard, which has virtually no continuity with the first two, at least recognize that Picard's character is inseparable from his relationships with the rest of the Enterprise crew. I've said many times on this channel that it's a common fallacy about characters, that they can be kind of surgically extracted from the context in which they're written. Over meaning. At the end of the day, Picard in the show, Picard, doesn't really feel like Picard, and the reason is actually comically obvious. Think about it. What's a captain without his ship? Who is a captain without his ship?
Looks like I got a message.
Spider-Man, Betsy here. Quentin and Cole are scrubbing through all the very helpful data you provided, and I was thinking, when the Mysteriums are back operating safely, it'd be great to get a Spider-Man endorsement. Pro bono, of course. We're running out of capital here, and it's making Quentin quite anxious. Anyway, just a thought. No need to call back. Bye.
Sorry, Betsy. We have a firm rule against Spidey endorsements. You might want to rethink that business plan.
That is why is awesome. If you want to subscribe to more videos, check out my Patreon and my Discord channel. The Android, years above all others. On its surface, this is a straightforward concept for a character. The more we learn about it as the story unfolds, the more this character confronts us with difficult questions about our own humanity. Intriguing. So in this video, we're going to look closely at Data's character arc, because I don't think there's another character in all of fiction who's quite like him. So let's get into it on The Art of Storytelling. I think the best place to start is with Gene Roddenberry's original inhumanity for the character, which can be put very simply. Data is a synthetic being who gradually becomes more human without ever fully getting it.
That's the
It's
plan.
right from the beginning, this character not only but also a definite limitation. Gives you a sense of Gene Roddenberry's wisdom.
Get me out of here!
The character this way. Data, as we'll see, is
That's the plan.
paradoxical. If you look
Be sure to look both ways before crossing, Spider-Man.
A marvelously advanced machine, but a machine nonetheless.
Get me out of here!
Contradiction, and it confronts the viewer with a question.
That's the plan.
Various
Be sure to look both ways before crossing, Spider-Man.
This again? What does it mean? Listen to your doubt. Okay.
Why did the spider cross the road? I expect better from the amazing Spider-Man.
That's it.
I need a minute.
the kids
Take
play
however
with
much
the
time you need.
friends. In fact, if there's
You're
any
safe.
one fictional character that is most like Data, it's probably Pinocchio, the wooden puppet who longs to be a real boy. This similarity was simply recognized by the show's writers and Pinocchio. But despite being part of a long tradition of android-esque characters, Data is different in one critical way, and that is just how close it is to being human. The other androids are rough and human, but Data is as human as one can be while still being technically artificial. It's kind of interesting that the earlier concept had exposed circuitry and they
Catch me
bought it.
if
In
you
the end,
can.
they realized that this would make it more difficult to
Mysterio's back! Gotta take down Mysterio!
Family is really the main focus of his development. The big thing that we take away from lore is that Data could be very different if he were configured differently. And this opens up the possibilities of Data's character. You get a sense of what he could be like if he were human, feel something like what he wants. Intuitively, he wants to be an object. Would you not keep it secret? Really touch because it clearly marks
Spider-Man. Norman Osborn.
This episode
Mr.
is
Osborn?
often cited by fans.
Did you mean to request my partner?
I already spoke to him.
To show people
Now I'm talking to you. My son, Harry.
in this case, the question of the legal rights.
We're not gonna let anything happen to your son.
Do I have your
I know what it's like to lose someone too.
This may get violent.
I can't move!
I'll free you soon! Looks like I gotta throw them into the void to debug this one. I know this is all an illusion. But it feels so real. These questions are explored further. Don't hit the break point unless I knock them off the edge. This isn't working. I need to push them over the edge.
skull which they utilize. This is a clever illustration.
Amazing! You actually made it.
When Law learns
Thank
that
you.
All good. Take it
separated
easy.
from Data,
You've been
she
through a
has
lot.
an emotional reaction, which leads to a critical malfunction, and her ensuing deactivation is one of the most emotional scenes in the series.
I love you, Father.
Another message from Betsy.
Hi, Spider-Man. Betsy here again. I have Cole here with me while Quentin is off
Data
doing
processes
some
her death
focused
in a
work.
very hidden
You mean
way,
off being all
saying
weird
that
and
he
moody?
will have her memories.
Dude needs to
This leaves
talk
a
to
lingering
someone.
question.
Yes,
Data
well,
has Law's
I'm working on
experience
getting him
his
some
home.
help.
Doesn't he also
We're
absorb
all
Law's
a little
emotional memory?
stressed.
And this is where
Which is
he
why
takes
I'd like to
her
ask if
really
you can
seriously.
expedite your work
When
on the
he begins
Mysteriums. The sooner we can
Data
fix
might
this, the sooner
his
Quentin
own
will
life
return to
have
his
emotions,
usual
albeit of a different
brilliant
nature.
self.
Generally cold,
Sounds like
Data
Beck is
doesn't
taking this
have
hard.
emotions. He's
I feel for him.
so great that he is that the writers trust ideas. Watch the last shot of this scene. On the one hand, there's I think in Red Spider's very subtle performance. It tells you this is their this is in fact a film after losing his daughter. The shots certainly suggest that Data is the result of this experience. If you wonder if Data did have emotions, would he create these? On the other hand, are you the viewer projecting your own feelings onto Data? Yes, in implying Data is such a character, it's the beauty of this event that makes it. There's an episode in season 4 called Brothers. It's probably the most consequential episode in Data's 70s arc. Because Data's working custody, hijack agent plots, travel through this world. I love this episode because you get to see just how much smarter Data is than the rest of the crew. He kind of casually takes over the ship by strategically locking the crew out of the ship's computer functions. Classic TV, really cool to watch. It's revealed that this homing device was triggered by a document. Also proved by smart. Turns out he survived the prescribed case of as at long last, motion chip wants to be made. Fortunately, Lore also turns up and tricks Dr. Sooderman, giving the emotion chip to him. Now, this chip is the single most important thing in Data's character arc. As Data gets emotions, he gets much closer to being human, which means his character gets that much closer to being resolved. And it's his story gets that much closer to being told. The emotion chip tells us that Data's quest
Just hold on. I'm coming.
is more than an abstract aspiration. It's actually there's another episode in season 4 called In Theory. She feels his
What is it this time? You cannot see reality. You can
The
only
episode
see.
has another one of those poignant things that you see in contemplation. Data responds.
Countdown to your doom.
No, he was.
Can't believe I'm out of there.
You're okay.
Highlights the
Safe and sound.
that we all have towards biological life as uniquely endowed with personhood and consciousness. More on Spot later, because he's really the key. Yes, others. Then its big development comes in Descent. On an away mission in which they encounter the Borg, Data experiences pain. He kills a fourth throne. It's revealed that he also felt the pleasure. It's how to take the wonder of his question. The question here is whether the necessarily or inspiring at all, or is using the stolen emotion chip. This project of liberating or he instructs Data to perform life-threatening experiments and starts the majority of replicating emotions, but not such a good thing after all. In the end, Data is freed of the spell and he activates, at last taking possession of the emotion chip of Dr. Sooderman. But Data does not install it. In fact, he tries to destroy it before Jordy can use it. Some of the things Data wants more than anything is within his grasp. This is an interesting thing, but I one is that he knew that this series was closed. Pre-production of Star Trek Generations actually began during season 7 and 8. So they were in the awkward position to resolve some of the characters while still leaving room for films. The trouble with the emotion change is that point they short biological. There's not much left for the describe or how to get emotions, though I actually think there's potentially one more thing which will get because the writers often need this final step in Data's journey into the state of emotions. One more episode of the we learned that Dr. Sooderman had a wife on Omicron created, whereas his Data's mother, after being critically injured during the attack on the colony, her consciousness was transferred to her body. One even more sophisticated than Data's. She's so convincingly biological that Data is the only one who can perceive that she is she herself. Is portrayed by Brent Spire. That brings us to the end of Data's arc in the television series, which, in my view, is a wonderfully self-contained story. First equals the show ends with Data's quest to
You are mine!
His original concept.
Spider-Man?
Moral of his story.
What is this? Help! Hey! Where'd they go?
Think you can defeat my commanding illusion? Why not? You've done well so far, but can you hit what you cannot see? Amazing! You actually lived.
Is it over? Oh my god, thank you. You'll be safe.
This
Yeah.
is the most human we ever see Data. In this moment, the fact that he's a synthetic being melts away. And I think it's actually the only moment we have with Data in which his humanity is completely unambiguous. This is what
Betsy called again?
of course, that is not
Let's see what she had to say.
Hello, Spider-Man. I just wanted to let you know that Quentin has agreed to enter some court-monitored counseling to help him with his post-prison transition. Finally. Cole, please be respectful. He's been through a lot. Sorry, I'm just... I gotta get help, you know. Anyway, Quentin asked me to pass this along. He thinks he's close to figuring out what's going on. So, just keep up the good work, Spider-Man.
Good on Beck for going into counseling. We all need help.
The scene felt unceremonious for a character who deserved a more meaningful sacrifice and a more respectful.
Somebody help me!
Our TV series tried to rectify this by killing
Stay where you are. I'll find you.
You may be a hero out there, but in here,
By that point,
Got news for you. Some people I'm a villain no matter where I am. Make Mysterio getting on my nerves. I wonder if this is how Beck got you back in the day. Huh? Only skepticism will save you. Okay, Mr. Person. Keep that in mind.
Don't afford their writers a bunch of this generation.
What just happened?
You want to survive? Impossible!
Now back to the other guy. Okay, gotta take out the rest of it. Finally. I thought I was gonna die. You're out of danger now. Just take it slow.
Oh, Canada. What the hell is going on here? You were once the shining example of what other countries always dreamed to be. A safe, free, prosperous society that allowed every generation to do better than the last. A nation that welcomed immigrants with open arms, while still upholding the values that made Canada, Canada. But terrible things are happening in the land of maple syrup, with more and more Canadians now realizing that their beloved country is becoming less recognizable by the day. From a devastating housing crisis to a miserable economy to increasing rates of crime, to a catastrophic brain drain to a broken immigration system to a deadly healthcare
Hey, ma'am,
program,
need a
Canada
hand?
is clearly heading in the wrong
I'll come
direction
back to
and
them.
closer than ever to becoming a failed state. Unlike most videos that only scratch the surface of one or two problems, this will be a comprehensive exploration into all of Canada's systemic issues that many around the world will relate to. Ordinary people who are hurting deserve real change to a status quo that has failed them for so long. However, serious change requires serious attention. So to understand what's going on in Canada that is making life a nightmare for millions of Canadians, stick around because this is how to kill a nation. The year is 2008. Kids are going to their local Blockbuster to see the latest movies like The Dark Knight,
The
Kung Fu
Spiders
Panda,
win.
Iron Man,
They got
and
the
Wall-E.
series, the
Meanwhile, their
championship, the
parents are
cup,
doing
the
great.
trophy, the
A couple
whole
years
enchilada
ago,
with
the
guac on
bank
the
offered
side.
them a
And
fantastic
Morales
loan
with
by a
102
first-time
home
home
runs in a
that was
single
well
game.
beyond their expectations. Or for other families, a loan for a newer, bigger house than the one they previously had. These families continued to make their mortgage payments until one day, they couldn't. Over the course of 2 years leading up to the crash, millions
That
of
man on a
Americans
cereal box
defaulted on
because New
predatory
York,
loans and were
what's
forced
up?
forced by the banks to liquidate their homes. But because America was and still is the biggest economy in the world, this subprime mortgage crisis, as it's now called, triggered a wider financial recession that led to the largest global economic crash since the Great Depression. But something really weird happened in Canada. In the words of the greatest Canadian band to ever exist, let's look at this graph. Here we see Canada and America's housing crisis starting from 1990 and how it's been moving since, adjusted for inflation, of course. In an ideal world, people are probably fine with essentials like food and shelter rising in price every year, just as long as it moves roughly in line with inflation. Meaning, if the price of homes, groceries, and gas increased 2% this year, that's okay because your wage rose by 2% as well. In this hypothetical situation, that would mean the graph would show both countries' lines staying flat at the 100 level, where the price of housing is growing, but only at the rate of inflation, which keeps the real cost of housing the same. Of course, this obviously didn't happen, and both Canada and the United States saw the cost of shelter increase year by year well beyond inflation. But unlike the US, where real estate held at more affordable levels after the recession, the price of Canadian housing never really dropped, and in fact, only continued to go up and up and up. Now don't get me wrong, American home prices are also way too high right now and should ideally come back down. But imagine living in Canada, where this. Among all the countries of the G7, Canada is by far the worst when it comes to housing affordability. To illustrate this issue, let's play a fun game called
You're stealing my look, man.
Well,
Well,
we'll start
kind
with
of.
contestant number 1. A stunning 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a 2-car garage, a cool kitchen island, a completely open second floor for you to design to your liking, and a nice large balcony to relax and grill some barbecue for just $982,000. Next stop, we have the most gorgeous 5-bed, 6-bath villa built just a few years ago, featuring your very own private pool, a conference room where you can maximize shareholder value, a cool-looking kitchen with flowers, a close-up of the flowers because why not, a backshot of the flowers because why not, and children, all for $1.3 million. And lastly, we have our third house of the day, a magnificent 5-bed, 3-bath duplex, which means you get the privilege of having someone on the other side of your wall hear everything you do. On the inside, we see some gently used flooring that just need a bit of scrubbing, beautiful furniture that can be flexibly rearranged, a room perfectly suitable for living, incredible lighting, state-of-the-art heating and plumbing, a well-seasoned bathroom with a sample of the house's interior cut open to remind you of its strong structural integrity, a softly dusted basement to keep the kids and brats sheltered, another room with a big beautiful window to let all the sun in, a second bathroom with 4 unique wall designs, 5 different rooms in natural shade, a storage room to fit the ATM you stole last week to afford the monthly mortgage payment for this house, a third bathroom, wow what a treat, with a portable toilet, and a scenic backyard that may or may not contain a dozen used needles throughout the site. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to call everything here your home will cost you just $1.8 million. So, which one is the Canadian home? If you guessed contestant number 3, you'd be correct. Toronto is where you're making 50 years worth of wages on the marvelous half of a house. Oh, but come on, Bofang,
That's perfect for Robbie.
How is anyone supposed to live in this thing without spending $1 million more and years of red tape to completely rebuild it? Yeah, okay, you're right. Let's try again. Here's a beautiful 4-bedroom place with the cozy ambience of a grandmother's
When my
home.
son was growing up, I helped coach his youth baseball
Way
team
longer
here.
than you normally do.
Every game we
Final
played,
price,
parents talk more trash than the kids.
5-bed, 3-bath.
Myself
This
included.
would quite literally be the perfect thing, with all the space you would need to raise a large multi-generational family for $1.8 million. Finally, we have a modest 2-bed, 2-bath house with a basic interior that gets the job done. This would have been considered a nice little startup for the
That's good.
who was working a regular job right out of high school and wanted their family. But today, it's $2 million USD. And yep, you guessed it, this is the Canadian home, in Ottawa, where it's filled with snobby bureaucrats and freezing for 8 months of the year. And keep in mind, I'm not comparing Canada to developing countries that
York's
have
always
dirt
had
cheap
a
housing and
thriving
way lower
underground
standards
wrestling
of living.
Even been to a few shows myself. That combination of theatricality with amazing feats of strength and athleticism, it's electrifying.
I'm showing you famous cities considered to be some of the world's best places to live, where the rich and successful want to live. Tokyo, Venice, New York. This is literally just a few miles from the Eiffel Tower. Meanwhile, this is the house in Vancouver, which looks decent enough until you learn that it's $12 million US. Yes, a mediocre home that no one in any normal country would consider special is more expensive than houses in Hong Kong, Dubai, Hawaii, Singapore, and Beverly Hills. Places with way more prestige and way less depressing weather. There should be absolutely zero reason why it's so much more expensive to live in Canada compared to all these other free places. It's even cheaper to just buy your own private island in the Caribbean or Florida. Oh, and the bonus house included is still in better shape than the one you get in Canada. But look, we're talking about the world's second largest country. How in the hell is housing so expensive when they clearly have no shortage of living space? Well, you'd be correct if you were asking 200 years ago. In fact, land was so bountiful and cheap back then that for nearly a century, Canada gave any immigrant willing to settle west of Ontario on
I bet Pete wishes he could dress like you.
But most people aren't farmers anymore, and urbanization means that what you think of as Canada is really just 3 tiny zones organized as countries. Because of this, the nation's urban areas are actually some of the densest places in the entire continent, which kind of makes sense when you realize that cold areas like Chicago and Seattle are still warmer than the warmest parts of Canada like Toronto and Vancouver. However, it's not actually
Better check out that
that
nest,
causes the median
even though it
housing
freaks
to be
me
so
out.
insanely overpriced.
What?
Otherwise,
Where'd it go?
Barcelona, Taipei, Athens, and Bangkok
As
would
if
all
these things weren't
be
creepy
more
enough
expensive.
already.
The real reasons are a lot more complicated, although the result is more than one was some form of one finance for less than $100 and utilizing it on yourself or accepting that.
Can't let up! There's people inside these things! Oh, what? It moved again?
So it's no surprise that story is something that was just normal to have just a generation ago. It's so out of the world.
Now where to go?
It's not just the cost of housing that you don't know. It's the problem. Once the children start opening the border but the girl is struggling to afford a life because the violent housing gas and well, everything is so much more expensive. Has one of the highest household rates in the world. The Athens is struggling. But it gets even worse. You live in a place in California, sure, prices are high, like for many unfortunately, but at least California. Now imagine instead of struggling with California prices on California, we somehow found a country more well, the home of Hollywood, LA, is known for some of the most expensive gas in the land. Canada has their own Hollywood resort, which is exactly like Hollywood. So generic of a location that this type of movie possible has used the place as its setting. I'm sorry, but it's just true. Vancouver is the stunt double for every other city in the world. The price of gas up there, after converting loonies to dollars and liters to gallons, is 10 to 20% higher than LA.
You're
One of
safe
the
now.
most expensive
Take a
cities
breather, and when
in
you're
the
ready,
state
get
with the
inside.
most expensive gas. The BBC conducted an investigation that took a basket of everyday groceries and found that Canada's bill came out to be 33% more expensive than the US, 48% more than the UK. Other reports show that basic staples such as bread, meat, milk, and eggs are all typically more expensive in Canada than down south. The result of this disparity is that about 1 in 5 Canadians think our
Everybody
food is
staring me
superior.
down?
Scurvy, you know, the thing pirates used to get hundreds of years ago? Yeah, that's making a comeback in Canada. Enough where the Canadian Medical Association felt they needed to issue a warning for doctors to be on the lookout for signs of scurvy in their patients. Turns out, the last Saskatchewan pirates are still with us. Perhaps the biggest reason behind these higher prices is the unfortunate fact that Canada has a cartel problem. Not the Breaking Bad type, but the every industry being dominated by a few giant corporations so they don't have incentive to compete type. Imagine you live in Canada. You stop by the Loblaws around the corner to buy some flowers for your anniversary because if you forgot, it means you don't love her anymore. And This week, you do your big shopping haul at Superstore, where you find some amazing deals like $19 for 4 chicken breasts, $6 for tomato sauce, $20 for cheese, and $8 for chips. A few days later, you go to the nearby Shoppers Drug Mart to receive your prescription that helps you deal with the pain of all these prices. Then the week after, you pick up some more stuff at No Frills to restock on those perishables that just ran out. Throughout this entire time, all the places you went to shop at were just one large corporation called Blah Blah Companies Ltd, controlled by a powerful billionaire dynasty known as the Weston family. You see, Canadians are given the illusion that they have plenty of options to choose from, but in reality, 5 conglomerates control the vast majority of Canada's entire retail market, which creates a perfect environment for them to start colluding together to raise their prices. Now that might sound like a crazy conspiracy theory, until you learn they were caught doing exactly that with bread, which is estimated to have cost the average household roughly $400 from 2001 to 2015. But don't worry, justice was served, with most of them still dragging their feet in court to this day. Meanwhile, Loblaws offered people a $25 gift card to apologize for their fraud. Hey, Loblaws here. We'll be nice and give a fraction of that money we stole from you over the years. And to add insult to injury, we're not letting you use it on anything other than buying more of our stuff. And keep in mind, they had the audacity to defraud people with something as common and blatantly out in the open as bread, and it still took them over a decade to get caught. So if you somehow think they're only colluding over baked goods and not messing with other products that are much harder to investigate, boy do I have a house
symbiotes get out of
to tell
Manhattan.
you. And I
Goodbye,
wish
Earth.
it was just the food, but cartels
Planet
also
Goo.
control Canada's banks, telecommunications,
The meteorite is the
airlines,
source of all the
and so
power,
many
right?
other industries, which
Creating
result in
goo, creating
Canadians paying higher
symbiotes.
prices for
But it was
everything
useless
from
until
mortgages
Harry
to the
repaired it.
internet to traveling. Strangely
And
enough,
that particle
Canada
accelerator
has
is
a
what
problem
damaged it in
with
the first
both
place.
overregulation
Cut
and
off a piece at low
underregulation.
power.
Right, so
Overregulation
what if we
in
crank the
sense
power
that
up?
the government makes it
Like
nearly
way past
impossible
11.
for
Might
companies
destroy it.
abroad to
And free
compete
everyone
in
connected to
Canada,
the hive
which would
mind.
actually create an
Theoretically.
incentive for Canadians
But that reservoir's
to get
gotta be
better
mobbed
quality
with
products
symbiotes.
at a more affordable price.
And you know
And
Harry's not gonna let that
underregulation
rock
in
out of
the
his
sense that
sight.
authorities don't seem to
Unless
care
he sees
if
something he
industries
wants
are
more.
consisting of fewer and fewer players as a
Me.
result of mergers and acquisitions. In fact, just
For
recently, Canada's
illustrative
biggest
purposes.
financial institution acquired the 7th largest in the country. And when it comes to your phone and internet, Canada's number 3 just merged with number 4 as well. In summary, the government seems to be totally fine with large corporations gobbling up all the smaller players to then jack up their prices and refuse to improve their product.
Hey,
Just
buddy!
as long as it's a company from Canada. Okay, so we've established that for much of life's necessity,
You gonna sit in there and
Canadians are
play
often
with your
paying
pet
more
rock
than
all
their
night?
peers down south. But surely they must be making at least as much as Americans to compensate for these ridiculous prices.
It's you and me, Harry.
The truth is, Canada's real GDP
Like we
per
always
capita
wanted.
has stagnated for nearly a decade, with the country's standard of living on track for its worst decline in 40 years. Median earnings which means they would need a good deal or a Canadian cost which actually
Here's the thing, though.
the economist
You're gonna have to catch me first.
Even the federal according to the latest figures from both governments, the median annual income in the United States is $43,000. In Canada, it's $43,000. $5,000. That's not as bad as you're making this sound, folks. Until you realize that Canadian number is Canadian number.
MJ, now!
$40,000. Even after taxes, just that is worse than a decade. This is unfortunate. California's ice on a Mississippi range. As a result of this economic reality, Canada is facing record
You wanted a
amounts of
story,
extinction
Watson.
credits, leaving her for a better life abroad. Now you might be thinking it's mostly just actors and musicians, right? Obviously they'll have to come to America to make it big. And true,
What's that?
particularly in the arts and entertainment field. But
Whoever
now
dropped
it's
these
more than
flares.
just movie stars. It's engineers,
they made it
athletes, entrepreneurs, scientists, the media, it's politicians, international cabal of routine-eating, milk-bag drinking Canadians who hide. This international cabal of routine-eating, milk-bag drinking Canadians of society. This international cabal of routine-eating milk-bag drinking Canadians who hide their stench with maple syrup have infiltrated and taken over common roads of this public. Well, but there's an easy explanation for this great Canadian conspiracy. The brains of Central Korea's talented resources economy find the coveted spot for those who get out of your Canadian politics. But when you don't even come close to the thousands of candidates try to steal the EU, many of whom part of this problem is the expected result of larger neighbors attracting power, which is as natural as the laws of gravity. But a lot of this danger is self-inflicted, coming from years of policies that make the environment for young, aspirational, talented Canadians. There is perhaps no better way to explain this issue than to look at the difference between national passion. Ice hockey, the only sport where part of the game is to let its players be the absolute outside part of lastly, the national hockey, often overshadowed and forgotten by its three bigger brothers. What's so depressing for hockey fans in Canada the Super Bowl hasn't been won by a single
Looks like the meteorite's connected to the rest of the hive.
Here's just how long ago 1993 was. Most baby boomers were still in their 20s and 30s.
They're gonna be all over me.
George Bush was still president at the start of the year. No, the original George Bush. The Dallas Cowboys were actually a good team. If we were to start at a baseline assumption, Canada and the US are both about as good at playing hockey. The odds of the Canadians failing to get the global national cup series roughly 1 in 2,500. So obviously it's not just a look at bad luck. If it was, they had a better chance of being good to live this 30-plus years drought. But it isn't because
The meteorite.
there is
Feels alive.
about at least a few Canadians in their roster. However, that is actually part of the answer. Because every season, numerous Canadians with the highest caliber come before they proceed to the U.S. to deliver victories for their top players considered to be the greatest of all time move down south for their opportunities. More favorable tax rates than the tax act. The middle of the Bay is just a better place for those who have the talent and work ethic. Furthermore, NHL teams in Canada don't actually counterpart. In the U.S., if your local hockey team sucks,
It's game over.
over and over again, most people are going to think twice about going to the
Please let this lead to our good.
maybe even watch it all together, and instead choose to support their city's basketball, football, or baseball team. But in Canada, if the Calgary Flames can't even make it to a single final in over 20 years, what are their fans going to do?
Almost out of this
Stop
hellhole.
watching and start cheering
This
for
is the
Calgary?
exit. Just past that chopper.
How about this? Besides Toronto, every other city in the country is stuck with supporting their hockey team. Tickets will always be filled, merch will always be sold, and eyeballs will always be on the screen, no matter how young. Hockey will just not be the world of sport. Every team up there is a club for each region, pocketing the game themselves by having incentives to push themselves to the limit. Something pretty in sport needs in order to actually win a major league championship. I'm sure every player wants to win, regardless of the sport. But if an organization knows that the money is coming in, regardless of how poorly they perform, complacency and stagnation is coming. This record in the NHL is just a small, but exceptional example that serves as a perfect microcosm of the country's catastrophic brain drain. The financial channels that incentivize the very best to take their skills and intelligence abroad. All it got
You gotta be kidding me.
that, it is a slow-moving yet fatal problem that is going to
I think that hurt it.
your top programmer, why do you expect you to be wrong? Do this in Silicon Valley. If this been looking for the best education, why go to the IT program? Instead of
That symbiote's
you're a
big,
brilliant
but
why
I'm
do you
fast.
If you're a hardcore finance, why don't you do the same on
Let's get
Wall
the
Street
hell
with
out of
like
here.
Tom? Ask yourself this. What is
Time to go, Miles!
You ready? Pretty sure your +1 isn't invited to our high school reunion, Harry! Harry?
This is where we became best friends.
Yeah, it is.
And now it's where we become brothers. Join us.
the National Hockey League and other industries aren't looking too great either. So maybe if smart, hardworking, talented Canadians have more incentive to stay, and NHL owners, coaches, and even players start having the mentality of, hey, if we don't perform this year, our team could end up...
Please, remember everything we've been through! Did you forget about Flash kicking our asses for 4 years?
We'll weep then.
But we had each other! What is he doing? Slept over after your mom got sick!
We couldn't feel like that.
When you lost her, that day on the football field, I was there! Always have been!
Until we got sick again. We were fighting for our lives.
I was trying to save you!
Didn't feel like that to us.
Gotta stay off the ground!
We're giving you a chance. Want to join us?
Now, if you think the legal system finally did something reasonable after 3 straight days of committing crimes, you clearly know that's his country, because he was released on bail yet again. It's now just as easy to get away with Grand Theft Auto in Canada as it is in Grand Theft Auto. And this isn't just one fringe case. There are so many more examples that it would take forever
You're not
to
giving me a choice!
ranging from people
Symbiote's dropping in.
caught and let go so they can continue robbing random citizens to criminals regardless of violent convictions being made so they can go on a murders in their local communities. A man stepped out of his home as he was calling his fiancée and was beaten and brutally stabbed multiple times, inches from certain death. Police investigators later informed the victim that it would take years for the perpetrator to be brought to trial. If it went to trial, he almost certainly would have time, just like many other lucky people. Which means someone who knows your evil because you saw you step out of your home, knows your face because he was busy stabbing you to death, knows your features because he covered your crime after you lose this time, is allowed to walk free, stressing you out for the rest of your life. Come back any day. That's it. At the same time, doctors in the hospital were working hard to save the innocent man, right? The attacker wouldn't let go. That's kind of a country where the criminal gets released before the victim. To make clear, the solution, because this horrific crime actually made you lose this time, is allowed to walk free, stressing you out for the rest of your life. He almost certainly did, so they there are so many more examples that it would take forever to cover, ranging from people caught and let go so they can continue robbing random citizens to criminals with dozens of violent convictions so they can go on a murder spree in their local community. A man stepped out of his home as he was calling his fiancée and brutally stabbed multiple times, inches from certain death. Police investigators later informed the victim that it would take years for the perpetrator to be brought to trial. Even if it went to trial, he almost certainly won't get jail time, just like many other lucky people, which means someone who knows where you live and saw you step out of your home, knows your face because he was busy stabbing you to death, and knows your features because his horrific crime actually you're wearing is allowed to walk free, stressing you out for the rest of your life since he can come back any day to finish the job. That's fair. At the same time, doctors in the hospital were working hard to save an innocent man's life. The attacker was let go. That's Canada for you. A country where the criminal gets released before the victim. To be clear, the solution isn't to just become a brutality. Police nor to take the same as other countries where far too many are locked up for things that even aren't doing, while not violent mental health services and treatment for addiction. Surely we can find something to people bad. Zero prison time for stabbing an elderly man to death, or dismembering a grandchild mother, burning her body to hide the evidence, or driving to a residential school march, hitting 4 people with their pickup truck. Oh, sorry, there actually was a punishment for that last guy who was yelling racial slurs and screaming at the hidden parent he ran over children. You can't drive. Also, surely there's a solution where we don't have to allow dangerous men who have violent criminal history to be released on bail just so they can kill more innocent people. The definition of insanity is someone doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. The definition of Canadian insanity is allowing someone to do the same thing over and over. Each potential immigrant, assessing factors like their education, age,
Doesn't matter what you do to me. I'm never gonna heal the world with you.
From all corners of the world contributing to Canada and assimilating in society. Up until recently, Canadians have been more or less satisfied, and often even proud of the fact that they were able to be a country which welcomed newcomers while also ensuring those already there were prospering too. But here's where Canada's problem started, because at the same time the country was doing so wonderfully towards immigrants, they also introduced a worker program that brought in high-skilled people to temporarily fill certain roles in the labor market. This initially made sense, and there wasn't even a need for the government to have a limit on the programs. These professionals were only required on a case-by-case basis, but to keep along the overly complicated story short,
I think the
this
goo aliens are
original
mad we took their
well-meaning
stuff.
goal of carefully allowing a limited number of specialized workers to fill in genuine gaps across the economy is slowly morphing into a message. Enormous loopholes corporations are exploiting to create a permanent pool of cheap, unskilled labor that's disrupting virtually every major industry and fundamentally changing the entire economy. Now, for the temporary workers, this is great. An opportunity to be independent and important. Pay more than some of the most prestigious jobs back home. For employers, it's better. You no longer have to deal with hiring Canadians who are used to selling things like a living wage or safety programs or workers' rights. You push these foreigners around all you want. What are they going to do? Complain and risk getting sent back? And most importantly, for the government that allows companies to have reasonable people and things corporate values above having enough supply and oh, I promise points of being able to call anyone
okay, right?
racist. To be clear, you shouldn't be blaming they're not the ones who created Canada's policies and the nation's housing, cost of living, and overall economy aren't
You're not getting this rock, man!
Our future doesn't belong to you!
Trust me! Don't want your future!
Bad policies can survive
I made a promise, Harry, that I'd fight for you!
You don't care about us! You don't know us!
I know you talk to your mom, just like I talk to my dad. Remember? Look, you say it right now!
Have the least representation in society.
We are so
I'm not gonna let Pete down, Harry!
He'll understand. This is his dream, too.
I'm sorry, Harry. Heard enough about this nightmare. I'm waking you up. Need to get up to him.
The subject now, it's quite easy to see a reason for subject is being debated by many others. Now, it's quite easy to see a reason for some form of euthanasia. Imagine Grandpa Joe being 93 years old with stage 4 oxygen and spread to the rest of his body. The doctor estimates that with all the treatment, he still only has about 6 more months to live. At this point, every single day, is a painful living thing. He doesn't want to spend his last moments hiding from the assuming Grandpa Joe has capacity, he should be able to tell his daughter, hey, I just however, Canada takes things a step further. You see, their euthanasia program, known as medical assistance in dying or pain for divorce,
you're not doing this for Pete. You're doing this for yourself.
Canada's immigration license provided to those
You took him away from us!
Took him away? What the hell are you talking about?
We remember what you did.
Harry! Man, that's the symbiote talking, not you!
You were jealous. That's why.
But was postponed twice now as a result of opposition by organizations, doctors, and politicians.
You're not doing this for Pete! You're doing this for yourself!
You took him away from us!
Took him away? What the hell are you talking about?
We remember what you did.
Harry! Man, that's the symbiote talking, not you!
Jealous. But that's why. Push us apart.
Maybe I was, but Pete wasn't Pete.
So afterwards,
This ain't about who's better. I just prefer you without the psycho alien on. I clipped his wings. Doesn't matter if you like me or not. I'm here for you.
Pointing out how it's taken Entrapment is the act of inducing someone to do something they would not have otherwise done. Fortunately, not only are there no laws against being imposed conditions of bondage, Canada explicitly allows doctors to suggest euthanasia to people who would have otherwise never even considered leaving this world. It is incredibly disturbing that when people are often at their targets, it's because someone is taking peace. California. Those are known to hold relatively progressive values. Based on all this, you'd assume that roughly the same number of people are being euthanized. But no, Canada euthanizes 90% more, not 20%.
Hang on, buddy!
600% more people.
Leave him alone.
This out of the fact that being a contrast with the vehicles and trucks double-digit increases every single year since the program started. That 1 in 20 Canadian deaths now due to me, that people in Canada are being euthanized more than anywhere else in the world? No. I believe it reflects a deep failure of the country that cannot improve the conditions of its people to ensure something like me remains acceptably fair. A system that is far superior to the individuals who seek to escape, but the government is choosing to take the lead and change the path. Rather than build an environment where people can thrive, create an ultimate solution for their fate to die. You may come away with the impression that I believe Canada is fundamentally non-country. This is further from the truth, even before its official
You ready to finish this?
Almost.
Hello, Agent Zero. I'm sorry.
Fight, Harry! Fight! I can't. I'm done. You have to kill us. I'm done. Either way, Pete.
No. We still have time?
No, we don't. It'll kill them. And then it'll kill you. Let's Let's heal the world, Pete. Together.
We're in business!
Now, Pete!
MJ!
Gotta get to the hospital.
Proposal. One wild night of torrent love into the absurd myself and flames my life. Proposal.
There are traces of brain activity, but his chances of coming back are very...
But we somehow kept going. We battled sickness, evil, cataclysm. We are tired, anxious, stressed, numb. But we have never lost hope. The city needs to heal. We're all ready to return to normal, but...
Final offer.
Thanks again for the donation, Peter.
Pete.
Sheldon, what are you doing here?
The thought of you stepping in the dark with a character like Stewart is repellent. that, Stewart. None taken. That's fine.
The final chapter.
Repellent situation I want.
And Stewart, please should be very proud. I believe I would end our relationship.
I bite at the hand that feeds me. Slap at
Nothing changes whatsoever, physical or otherwise. I would not object to us no longer characterized as not my girlfriend.
interesting. I'll try it without the pleasure.
What's up, New York? Looks like Howard could use some help.
Let's do.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You two enjoy your date. Well, here's $1 for your troubles. Get yourself some Sour Patch Kids.
Don't tell. You're my favorite.
Amy. All right. Amy.
Welcome back, Santa Club. We did it. We survived the impossible.
I'll see you.
I heard this guy dips his hot dog buns in tomato juice before eating them.
But when one of us is sick, the other must take care of them.
Oh, I see the confusion. The intent behind that clause was to force you to take care of me when I'm ill. When you're feeling better, you'll be...
Now, I get that it makes it easy for them to go down, but tomato juice? Brother, that ain't right.
Amy. I made a commitment to writing the comfort of my life.
You go by quitting back now, too? Those civilians need my help. Time to cut in. I'm clocking in.
Show us what, Spider-Man!
What? Where'd those symbiotes come from?
Please, don't leave me!
There's an ambulance not too far away. I'll drop you right off.
Oh my god, thank you!
Medication specifically designed to cure your illness as well as freshen your brain. How can you sleep? I'm not gonna make you feel better. I'd love to put a cold rag on your head.
We're nearly there.
I'm trying to get something out of your chest.
Hope that wasn't too rough of a trip. Take care.
Bless you, Spider-Man!
Maybe we should start with that.
You're being a responsible patient. You may notice some tingling.
Oh, I'm pulling on it. You got me.
Come, let me change you forever. Let the agony begin.
I don't know where I am. Help!
Just sit tight. I'll find you.
My illusions will never die. But you...
This is crazy. Someone's gotta be messing with these Mysteriums. Based on that last call from Betsy, it seems like Beck and his crew have it almost figured out. This ends at the beginning. What does that mean?
I promise, this poison gas is not an illusion. Tick-tock, Spider-Man. My Mysterium.
That's it.
I thought I was lost forever.
It's okay. It's over.
Now I'm introducing myself as your boyfriend, giving you the opportunity to drive me home, and breaking the ice with your colleagues using ethnic humor, the funniest kind of humor.
Another call?
My point is, we're a couple, and I like you for who you are, quirks and all.
From Betsy.
Spider-Man? Cole and I are a bit concerned.
Nonsense.
He was gonna kill us.
Please, Cole, don't panic. Spider-Man, we found out Quentin lied to us. Instead of going to counseling, he went somewhere else. When we confronted him, he said some threatening things and then left. Hopefully he just needs to cool off, but if you see him or hear from him, can you let us know? Thank you.
This just went from bad to worse. Where'd you hunters learn how to drive anyway? Got a new voicemail.
Spider-Man, we need to meet. Come to Coney Island. I have an urgent matter to discuss with you.
Well, that doesn't sound like a trap at all. Just hope he hasn't hurt Betsy and Cole.
A box star years ago, now we just collect disability and ride trains. Life's not me. A rock star like at a UPS 6 years ago, now we just collect disability and ride trains.
Excuse me, you want me to
You're right. That was my maintenance. I have to go back to my table now. You should join us. Sorry. Our axles creating a pair of internal connecting rods called 410-4. If you think Monica Q2 was like the 410-4 American
Okay,
MMA,
where's
you must
Beck?
stop thinking about it.
Welcome,
What are the odds
Spider-Man.
you run into this guy?
If you're looking for Betsy and Cole, they are no longer with us.
You killed them?
Don't act surprised. You've known from the beginning who you're dealing with.
Feeling like it never will.
What the?
Hey, did I tell you what happened to me yesterday?
What happened to you? I thought you were all about the future of entertainment.
Why find this hiding?
So all that stuff about someone hacking into your Mysteriums was...
I spent years behind bars, waiting for technology to catch up to my vision. And now, thanks to you, my illusions are inescapable. You are mine for eternity.
Uh-oh. Bad guys everywhere. If this is like the other illusions, the more baddies I take out, the closer I get to escaping. Come closer and I'll show you.
Oh, you want to play fetch? Let's play.
Gotta catch up to him. Can't let him get away.
There's something else I've wanted to say, but before I do, I want you to know you don't have to say it bad. You're not ready, and I don't want you to say it just because social convention makes me.
I love you too.
Why are you doing this, man? You could have used your powers to make the city a better place.
This city never respected my talents.
This isn't how you get respect.
Fear breeds respect. My power, the name Mysterio will finally earn the reverence it deserves.
You know what's happening? It's the feeling of death. Alive now. Someone they took. No!
Beck? Keep fighting. Keep doubting. It is the only way to defeat him.
Wait. If you're here, Mysterio's out there.
How is that happening? Enough of this! I'll end you myself! You actually think you can defeat me? This is insulting! know everything. I am a god. Your reality is what I deem it to be. Give up now, and I will spare your life.
No thanks. Giving up isn't really my thing. It's over.
We've determined that a turtle is the ideal pet.
So, you managed to survive. Doesn't matter. Alive or dead, you will never escape my world.
That's also why I chose you as a well, congratulations. So it's not you two to be the first in our group to start now. Hello. Hello. I've been thinking a lot about this and how different things can be. I have been thinking about this how girlfriend so challenging.
Gotta find him before he gets away.
Emotionally, I've been incredibly patient for years.
Strongly disagree.
Okay, well, maybe I love you, but I need some time to step back and reevaluate first.
Nice try.
Clever spider.
Oh.
You cannot win. I am infinite. When you are dead, you will finally give me the respect I have earned.
You want respect?
Posters?
Surprise? Maybe it's time for you to put some respect on my name.
Why am I losing power? The backup power! We can't let him do this! Give me everything!
Time to get out of here.
The sim is down. Get it back!
I'm trying.
It was Quentin. He made us do this.
Where is he?
Help. In here. Somebody else. I knew you'd find me.
Still have a lot of questions.
This should clear things up.
So can I tell everyone Mysterio's a good guy now?
Mysterio will always be a villain. Just as Spider-Man will always be a hero. It's when you start looking at the people behind the masks that things get messy.
Good luck, man.
Can you smell the change in the air? It's fresh and clean. A new day for this world. Staring down the face of the apocalypse offers a new perspective on life. Time to let go of old grievances. Rearrange priorities. While the world waited with bated breath to see if they would be next. New York stood tall and held the line. We did not acquiesce. After we take a moment to celebrate the freedom we fought so hard to retain, we must then turn our sights to the people responsible for putting us in harm's way to begin with. I'm talking about Oscorp and, of course, the Spider. You're going to hear a lot of conflicting reports and lies surrounding the events of last week, but let me assure you, this is still just the facts here. So let's lay them out. Spider-Man was seen wearing a black suit. Then a monster appears wearing a similar suit. Then our proud city is overrun by similar monsters. Oscorp is claiming it's Spider-Man's fault for stealing Oscorp's research. That doesn't surprise me. But Oscorp needs to be held accountable for creating these damn creatures in the first place. This is what happens when corporations try to play God and individuals overreach. Of course, hoping for legal ramifications for wrongdoers is like hoping for an ice cream shop in the desert. We must not forget where the blame lies. We can't forgive either. But for now, enjoy life. We're lucky to have it.
Should know I was will you share this Brain deer must have liked her thought. Oh, it smelled like a pretty sweet hair. But, not my hair. Oh. Okay, I've had enough. Maybe come back. I got it a little bit. It was like being hit on my right side to be up. Alright, no. Maybe. I didn't want it to come in. You've left me no choice but to employ the most passionate, seductive man known to man. So let me go.
You're ridiculous.
Spider-Man! This stuff came out of nowhere in the middle of the cave.
I'll do what I can. Just stay back.
I'm sorry. Now I understand.
Symbiote nest. How are these things still here? I better take care of it. Time to clean this place up.
No, not that's
Can't let up! There's people inside these things! Almost there! Come on! They keep coming!
They have any of those tiny bubble shampoos. I will bring them home so you can show me how that's looking in the shower.
Thanks, Spidey.
You got it. Find an indoor gym till it's safe out here.
I tell them. Well, next scene came up with this big bomb issue. If you miss the X+1, I'll miss you. For X+1. Thank you. No, I've learned some fun facts about New Jersey to help you make small talk. Would you like to know the state burn murder rate? They're both shocking. Well, I'm a lot less likely to see an Eastern Volcan to be murdered, I'll tell you that.
Another nest. Last one was rough. Where's the heart of the nest? Need to move that car.
I'm sorry you couldn't get through that.
Stay in control, Pete. You can do this. Need to move that car. Seconds! Not gonna give up! Thanks, Spider-Man. Take care of yourselves, okay? That's the last nest. Time for the city to start healing.
Thanks for your input, but this is my decision. I'm going to go with Old English calligraphy on Egyptian papyrus.
What a fun mashup. It's like a chicken and waffles orthogonal. So glad that R2D is available. You know, this is fun. See that planning a wedding is one of the most stressful things in life. It's not a day outside, I just walk
Hunters out in the open can't be good. Wraith? I'm actually not a fan of VTOLs. Mind if I get rid of it?
Good job. Even if you are getting slow.
What? I'm not.
Be silly. I will always be your problem. Hello, Mother. Did you give me some? Hello. I wish your dad could see you now. I miss him. He would be so proud of you. I know that I am. Thank you. I mean, for everything. My whole life. Oh. No, it's alright. It's supposed to be a little asymmetrical. Apparently a small flaw somehow improves it.
I can see that. Sometimes it's the imperfect stuff that makes things perfect.
Excuse me.
It's simple.
See me. There's something I need to tell you. Wow, you look amazing. That's not what I need to tell you, but you do. What's wrong? Something terrible just happened. Remember when you were telling me about my bow tie and how a little asymmetry is good?
Yeah?
My equations have been trying to describe an imperfect world, and the only way to do that is to introduce aesthetic into the underlying theory.
So instead of supersymmetry, it would be super asymmetry?
That's it. Oh, yes, it is. You people think they have work to do.
Uncle Aaron's got a stash here. Better find it.
Actually, Amy and I have raised it.
Oh, science is shocking.
I don't understand. This could be really big. No, Penny's right.
It's your time.
Hi, ma'am.
Who's there? I don't recognize your voice.
It's Spider-Man? Oh, I didn't realize.
Alba. Charmed to meet you.
I heard you need my help.
Yes. There's a monster in my backyard. I can hear it at night. Scratching.
No,
Could
no,
it be a
I'm
stray
good.
dog?
There's a busy one.
Or
Just
a rat?
250 baby more.
My allergies could sense a stray dog half a mile away.
Room service.
And even New York rats don't get as big as whatever that is.
Is there anybody else here who might have noticed it?
Hello.
A family member? A guide dog?
Just me. No family. No neighbors. No service animals. Allergies, remember? Whatever it is, I need it gone.
Got it. I'll look around and let you know what I find.
I'm not a particularly
Please.
physical person.
I cannot afford to repair any more damage.
When I was little,
Fixed
if
income,
people asked me
you
what I
know.
wanted when I grew up, I'd always say a brain in a jar. Sure, but I wanted to be a good husband to you, and intimacy is a part of that. Please put those down. I'm just worried if I don't schedule our bedroom endeavors, then I may not think about them. And you'll grow cold, distant, and seek solace in the arms of a heavily muscled longshoreman. Where would I find a longshoreman? Along the shore.
Definitely not human.
I could never be with anybody who's human. That's good to know. I wouldn't want to fight against great men such a bitch.
Ugh, yuck. Viscous.
I'll do for a compromise.
Can't be a symbiote.
Make
Can
all
it?
the schedules you want.
Time for some analysis. At the molecular level.
I'll create the algorithm that will generate a pseudo-random schedule. And do you know why it won't be a true random schedule? Because the generation of true random numbers remains an unsolved problem in computer science. Come with me. Where are we going? To the hotel room. And when we get there, I'm going to need you to say that again, except naked. Spending time with Michael and Hallie today really made me think about our future children. Huh. What an interesting and completely
Gotta be more clues around here.
What are you thinking? Well, just either 5 sets of triplets or 3 sets of quintuplets. That's a lot of babies, Sheldon. That's wrong. Well, sorry I'm not a frog. Oh, don't feel bad, Amy.
Some kind of chemical.
20 minutes of totally useless in Red Dead.
Wonder where this leads. From the woods?
If you hung around the camp,
Nothing good ever came from the woods.
noticed the camp members actually fought. And it turns out even the ladies
Trail stops here.
on extremely
Maybe I should look
rare
around.
occurrences likely to strike the player directly, resulting in death.
It's ripping up cars now? Okay.
We all love
Is
the
this
mission
thing
where Arthur
bleeding?
and Lenny got drunk in the
leaking?
Valentine Saloon. What you might not
Slobbering?
know is that Arthur's dancing will change depending on his body weight. If Arthur
This
is
stuff
in good
stays
shape,
detectable
he
a
will
long
throw
way
his
off.
legs high and wide. But if he's fat, he hilariously sways his legs in a very low-effort manner. It's true.
Tears up
that
cars like a
you
T-Rex
actually
and
see the
jumps like a
world's
tiger.
reflection from Arthur's
Great.
eyes. Though
Must be
it's
getting
such a
closer.
small and intricate detail, you probably would only notice it in a cutscene. Your vomit changes colour depending on what you do beforehand.
This thing's all over the place.
Before making
Where's it
yourself
going?
cute with Murdoch, you will have yellow throughout it. You eating strawberries, you
Whoa.
like red tea.
Maybe Genki knows what to do with this thing.
Colours like fine foods
Hello?
or thrown up.
Genki.
If you visit
That monster in
Ridge,
Queens?
stand
It's
from
one of those
afar,
hunter beasts.
you can see what is
But it seems to be chill.
You go
For now.
discover it
Whoa,
inside
a hunter beast?
the building.
Maybe we can hack it. Could give us some intel.
Is that an arrow sticking out of it?
This suspected
Easy.
only be seen from
This
afar.
won't hurt.
To get too close,
Problem. Since you're a machine.
Genki! Help! Okay, okay. Quickly, would be great. Got it.
All right, what'd you do?
So, this is kind of a desperate move, but I dumped 10 million random dog videos to its pattern recognition database.
No way, that's brilliant. So, what do I do with it? Is it dangerous?
Try fetch?
Inside of some coffins, there is
Here, boy. You wanna get the barrels? Wanna play?
Is that inside the two
Yeah, get him! That's a good boy.
I'll try to access its memories while it's distracted. Damn, the corruption clause.
That arrow had to come from hunters. Why would they shoot their own robot?
Target practice? Let's find out.
That's the question, why on earth and such detail in the first place? Something in the swamp can
So, you have a name?
Designation F1D0. Fido.
Okay. I was expecting killer or angst. Fido was better.
This log is cached to a server. Dare I?
How deeply do you trust your antivirus software?
Deeply enough to download this audio playback.
So this open jet move is actually...
Get out of my way, piece of junk. Traitor to Cranes.
You are the traitor. I was doing my job.
Defend this garbage. Get back here.
Yankee! You must have traced our log access.
Easy, Fido. Stay. Please. Fido! Heal! Yankee, is there an emergency brake?
I can't access manual override. Always wanted to say that.
Do something! I think it's freaked out!
It's definitely acting like it.
Do you think it was the recording of that guy?
Repressed final memories? Always bad. I think its owner shot it.
And tried to cover up the murder.
Fido!
No way. Fido! Heal! Yankee, is there an emergency brake?
I can't access manual override. I've always wanted to say that.
Do something! I think it's freaked out!
It's definitely acting like it.
Do you think it was the recording of that guy?
Repressed final memories? Always bad. I think its owner shot it.
And tried to cover up the murder.
Fido!
Stop! You want a treat? No, not the church!
There you are. I should have told you to picture the explosive boat. Yeah. You are a defective one.
Leave Fido alone! So you're the guy who tried to kill Fido? Messed up, dude!
We'll see it from the phone.
Fido! Attack!
Black is genuinely white towards his and some kind of black minority summers.
Should be the last. Fido! Phew, all better, boy. He won't hurt you anymore. Now let's get that arrow out of it.
In the game, it's great.
Doesn't look too deep, actually. Here we go.
For some completely unknown
Good boy.
standing out of bounds exactly here on the other side of the planet.
You sure this is safe?
Hey, if 10 million dog videos can't make you a good boy, there's no hope for any of us. And you're a good boy,
Why
aren't you?
this happens, I have no
Who's the
idea.
good boy?
But I decided
Just to be safe, though, I'll wipe its memory completely. Except the
Walmart
videos.
is a fascinating
Good
place
looking out.
to explore. But did you know in exactly this
We took care of the
location
scratching
on the
sound.
island, find
Spider-Man?
this extremely unsettling giant monolith ledge? If you
Me
follow
and this
the
good boy
Planet
right here.
River north out of bounds,
Oh, no.
you discover
My
a
allergies.
bigger giant lake.
It's okay.
It turns out
Earlier you
follow
mentioned you
this
couldn't
lake
get a guide dog. Well,
the way
I found you
the
one.
world's
He's a dog.
and if you do
I
so,
guess.
it will take you both
Made of various metals.
place to explore.
Very allergy friendly. He's
Problem.
also got a few hundred guide dog videos uploaded to his memory.
Really? He's everything I hoped for.
I decided to nickname
I
it
can
Pizza
have
Bird.
him trained at the center, so he can be properly registered.
But did you know in exactly this location on the island you can find this extreme
Already so helpful. Thank you, Spider-Man.
River north out of bounds, discover bigger giant.
Adios.
And as it turns out, follow this lake the way to the world's end. And if you do so, it will take you for an hour of time of distance. But once you do so, it will be one it's like a big house, it rather looks like a distinction of the game.
Victories are witnessed in strong sports. There, somewhere in the woods, you can find the sports. Around it, everyone in solitude. Found to be murdered in real life. There's an audio filing game called Sound1_IT_E2_E2_3. The only thing you really need to know about this.
Uncle Aaron's got a stash here. Better find it. Hell yeah. I can pull that panel out. Circuit box? Guess I'm zapping my way in.
There are two rocket arches in one player can see. These arches are Kylo's charm and design, as we know Kylo was cut on exploration and development. Rockstar confirmed that around 5 hours
there's a box. Found another one.
Here's a basic not only this,
That didn't open the door, but it activated that first switch.
The last month, it's been true the last month, yeah. So, my dear, it did it all.
Now you're really bringing me back, kid. My very first stash.
Why in Queensbridge?
The moving turtle arcade.
Or at least the unused animation for horses weeing in the game. Improved arrows aren't just a stat slider turned up on the damage. They actually will penetrate objects much deeper than a normal arrow. Take, for example, this fence. We can see the improved arrows almost fully penetrated the wood, while the regular arrows only just stuck in. You may have seen the gorilla in a cage Easter egg. It actually turns out to be a stuffed taxidermy gorilla. Well, nearby to this crate, we can find this small hut, which also happens to have taxidermy animals outside. Upon completing all 5 Hunters Sort challenges,
You can gain access to this property, and inside we can see a really impressive and interesting workshop of taxidermy animals. This guy has some pretty weird hobbies. We can find all sorts of animals in all sorts of positions and scenarios. So much detail for an Easter egg that most players probably never would have completed because it's such a small piece of side content. The game was originally going to feature baby animals, and the only example we have left of this being in the game is inside the taxidermy house, where, as you can see here, we can find a very small alligator. Now, there's no remains of any baby animals left in the game, but we can find audio files referencing to them, so we know that Rockstar planned on adding baby animals in the game at a certain point of development. The direction of windmills and wind farms can be changed by shooting at them, revealing they actually have a surprising detail level of physics to them. If you try to rob someone while drunk, you will end up making a total idiot of yourself, and NPCs don't even take you seriously.
Can't catch a break, huh?
Oh, yeah. Just don't know what. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh dear, you look a little silly.
An image from Red Dead Redemption 2 was submitted to a news channel, and they actually showed it live on TV, thinking it was a real nature image taken by one of their viewers. So whoever sent this in, thank you, because that is hilarious. If you hold a fish you've caught for too long, it will eventually end up dying in your hands.
It used to be before they tore it down and built that skyscraper. Your dad and me basically lived there when we were little. I used to run out of quarters.
Hold up! I'll hit you back. You wanna play? Let's play. The drone's data is the only way I can stop this hunt. Leave it to Craven to accessorize his pets with railguns. That railgun's no joke. Hello's almost done. Data complete. How about we trade you for parts now?
That they run bad luck is punishment or something. Shared a fire out near there with an old fellow who told me he think it's the end. He said he heard years ago.
Craven was hunting an influencer? What do you think? This kid had powers? Not exactly big game. Why all the trouble for some civilians?
Incredibly, Arthur has multiple voice lines for the region of New Boston, despite never being able to go there.